Good morning. What's poppin'? How's it going? I hope y'all are doing well. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you guys since 2025. I hope y'all are doing good. Good morning. Good morning. Dude, I had the craziest fucking day already. The craziest day, and it's already day one. Like, Jesus Christ. I almost passed out today. So, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I now know exactly what it feels like probably seconds before you're about to pass out. Luckily, I didn't. I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm okay now. But that was crazy. I didn't know that was what that was like. But now, what a interesting experience, I guess, to say the least. I was, oh my gosh, hi, Spicy Nugget. All right, let's see who all is here. First was taken by Zelfar. Thank you so much, Zelfar, for taking my first today. Makes me very, very happy you could be my first. It's an awful feeling. It was definitely strange. But like I said, I'm okay. I didn't get hurt because I remember what you're supposed to do whenever you feel faint, which, by the way, if you ever do feel like you're about to pass out, or if you find somebody who is passed out, you're supposed to lay them on their back and you're supposed to elevate their feet above their head. If you do that, it helps with like the blood flow and it helps them. If you're about to pass out, it helps prevent you from passing out. And if you are passed out, it will help like basically bring you back to consciousness. So in case you ever need that knowledge, that's what you do if you find somebody who's like about to lose consciousness or has. But there you go. But yeah, it's such a bizarre feeling. What a way to start the new year. But there you go. Put their feet on top of their head? No, just raise their feet like higher than the level of their head, essentially. It's like you lift their feet up so their feet are at a higher elevation than their head. There you go. And 90% already said this, a Happy New Year. Happy New Year, giggles. Let's see who all got their daily pillows. Daily pillows, your lovely bunny, Zelfar, Spicy Nugget, and Benny, welcome in. And Sequar, welcome in. And then, well, thank you, Spicy Nugget, for the 500 biddies for your Pokemon Tarot reading. Or not Pokemon, sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm still half asleep. Thank you for the 500 biddies. And also, thank you for the 22 months. I haven't seen you since last year. I already made that joke. You gotta be quicker than that. But yeah, I can't believe I haven't seen you since 2025, Benny. Oh my gosh. How the hell you been? Hope you've been well. I've only ever actually passed out once and never want to experience it again. Well, see, like, okay, so my thing is, like, if I'm standing in one place and I'm cooking, I start to get, like, a little bit nauseous. And so I'll, like, sit down, you know? So it's like if I'm, like, chopping vegetables or whatever it might be. And so as I'm doing that, sometimes I'll kind of get like a little bit sick. So I'm like, okay, let me take a quick break and let me sit down, right? So this morning I was like breaking down the leftover rotisserie chicken I had because I wanted to make chicken salad. And I'm like almost done breaking down the chicken and I start to feel the nausea. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm almost done. Let me just push myself. I'm like almost there. I don't want to like take a break just to get my hands dirty again, you know? So I finish. But as I like finish, I'm starting to get like a little bit hot and sweaty. And I'm like, okay, like starting to get like heat flashes basically. So I'm like, all right, so then I wash my hands and I'm like, okay, well, you know, let me sit down. Let me go to the bathroom and like sit down. But then I go to the bathroom and I sit down and my vision starts to like blur and it starts to fade. It's like kind of going like in and out of like black and like vision, and then like my hearing starts to like ringing in my ear, and like the world around me starts to get like a little bit more dull in sound. And I'm like, I'm not about to fucking pass out in the bathroom, dude, in the beginning of the year. Like I refuse to lose consciousness on the toilet. That is the level of dignity I have, right? So I get out of the bathroom and I make it to my room, and I'm like, okay, I gotta lay down. So I lay down, I raise my feet, and then a few minutes later, I'm better. You know, my vision stabilizes, my hearing goes back to normal, the ringing in my ear fades out, and I'm just chilling. I'm like, okay, cool, 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 cool. Never had that happen to me before. That was one for the storybooks, baby. But yeah, so that was how I spent my New Year's, avoiding passing out in the bathroom. And I did it. By God, I did it. I avoided it. But yeah, don't push yourselves. I think for me, I'm probably a bit anemic because monthly stuff is approaching. So that's probably didn't help. But yeah, but I got some spinach, so I'll be able to put some more iron in my diet because spinach is very high in iron. So all right, let me drink some of my water. Who do we have in the queue so far? First up, we've got Zelfar, who wants a general reading. Then we've got Nugget, who just said cards. We got Benny, who wants a general reading. And we got Sekwar, who wants, what does January have in store for me? I want to start the year right and need some guidance on how to make the count. I believe in you, Sekwar. 1000%. All right, let's see what we got for you. I'm not sure if I want general or level. You got to pick because you're first. Do you want general or love? You're first in line, Zelfar. Can you ask the cards? All right, let's just see. What do the cards feel like you need to hear then? And then we'll see if it turns out to be a general reading or a love reading. No, in reality, that spinach is high in iron, but that still seems like a weird in concept. It is kind of silly to think about, but it is true, yeah. Spinach, I believe broccoli is also high in iron. I think maybe kale too. A lot of leafy greens are high in iron. Also, hi Astra, welcome in. Yeah, it's like a whole thing. But I just recently bought some baby spinach. So I've been mostly just kind of putting it with my omelets. I like making a spinach and cheese omelet for breakfast. And that's pretty yummy. The card said you need a love reading. Well, time for the next reading. No, I wouldn't do that. You're eating babies? Yeah, I am. What are you gonna do about it? I'm eating baby spinach. How y'all doing? I'm gonna head to bed, but I just wanted to say hi. Yeah, hi Astra. Thanks for popping in. I hope you have a very good sleep. And you have the sweetest of dreams. Let's see what we got for you. For the first reading of the new year. Me brain fix good, no hurt more. Oh, that's good. I'm glad your brain don't hurt no more. This looks like it is a general reading rather than a... What the fuck did you just type in chat, Benny? Personally, I'm into older spinach. No, I like the... I like the baby spinach because I like to use it. I like to eat it raw. I like it raw, you know? So I try not to cook it too much because I'm very picky about the texture. And when spinach is like cooked too long, yeah, when spinach is cooked too long, it gets like really like mushy and a little bit grass-like. So I'm not a huge fan. But I like putting it on my sandwiches. And basically, in substitute of lettuce, I like using the baby spinach because I feel like older spinach is like it's too tough. It's a little bit too fibrous for me. Yeah, planch those greens, baby. Yeah, so I just like baby spinach. It's more tender. So it's easier to eat raw or like very, very lightly cooked. It's just easier to chew through without feeling like I'm just like a fucking herbivore. But yeah, so tender. I hardly know her. But welcome in. All right, well, we got all the cards for you, Zelfar. Baby spinach is popular for this reason, yeah. Yeah, so that's why I like baby spinach. It's very yummy. I like cooked spinach or like a caprese sandwich, maybe. Yeah, like I said, I'm very picky about texture. So I usually either prefer it raw or very, very, very lightly sautéed. That's pretty much it. Like I want it like barely warm, essentially. Plus, the longer you cook it, the less nutrient dense it becomes because all the nutrients in the vegetables starts to break down due to the heat. So eating it raw is also one of the better ways to make sure you're getting as much of the nutrients as possible. The second best way to cook your vegetables with the least amount of nutrient loss is actually in the microwave, which sounds counterintuitive. But the way that microwaves heat and cook up food makes it less likely to break down a lot of the good stuff inside of the veggies. So yeah, the healthiest way to cook food is in the microwave. Popeye ate it out the can. Yeah, Popeye nasty as fuck, bro. Couldn't be me. I hate canned spinach. Ugh. Ugh. No, I hate canned spinach with the passion, bro. Like a rabbit eating grass in the summer. Yeah, just... Rabbits are cute, but I am not one of them. I had a once in a Zord. Yeah, dude. I also had canned spinach before. And ugh. There was a reason I did not eat spinach as a kid. But now that I'm older, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I've retried a lot of the foods that I didn't like as a kid and just realized I just got to cook it a certain way. And then I like it. And then it's fine. So spinach is one of those. I like the baby spinach, but I don't like the canned spinach. I think there's several canned veggies I do like, but spinach is not one of them. So it is not even remotely close to being one of them. You're a sleepy lion. Yeah, that's true. You did remember correctly. All right, let's put these cards up on the screen for you. Oh man, I got to start a new anime today called Tamon's B-Side. And it was such a good anime, dude. It was so much fun. It's like this really, really cute romance anime about a girl who is like a massive, massive fan of this like cool, sexy, and wild male idol. And then she's assigned to basically be a takeover housekeeping for one of her coworkers. And one of her coworkers' clients is that idol, and it turns out he's like a really gloomy fella who like is just constantly just like in a black hoodie, just like in his room, in the corner of his room, just muttering to himself. It's very cute. It's a very genuinely cute and sweet anime. The first episode is out. It's beautifully animated. It's insane how well animated it is. I highly recommend it. Also, thank you for the 20 biddies, Nugget. Also, hi, Cola. Let's put the last card up on the screen. We've got... Yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks like it's going to be a really great romance anime this year. Plus, the new BL anime that I've been waiting for is airing in like a couple of days, which I'm also excited for. Also, hi, Vivi. Welcome in. There we go. Alright, we got all the cards. Yeah, Pollo do it. Pollo Vivi. I'd resub again if I could. It's okay. It's okay. New year, new financial responsibilities. No worries. No worries. Okay, so we got all the cards for you, Zelfar. So in order of left to right, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Judgment card, and we have the reverse 10 of coins. New year means new spell slots. Oh my gosh. What are you planning to do over there? But yeah, to me, this reads definitely like a general reading rather than a romance reading right from the start. I did ask it to basically pick for itself which one. I was like, just like give me a reading for either of them, and it gave me this one. And this one definitely reads more like a general reading rather than romance. So I guess it answered your question for you. And here's the answer. So we start with the Two of Wands, which is a card of excitement on your new journey, traveling to new places, boldness in your beliefs as you embark on your new adventures, right? This is the card of we're getting ready to party hardy, taking our passions with us wherever we go, you know? We follow it up as well with the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is a card of new possibilities. It's change just over the horizon. It's the end of the winter and the beginning of spring. You know, it's the dawn of something new. This is the chance for you to take action, right? Because this is you can see the sort of trumpet lilies, right? The Easter lilies. It feels like it's like announcing like now is the time. If you're gonna do anything, do it now. Like there's no longer any excuse for you to procrastinate, right? I feel like this is like the motivating month for a lot of people because it is the new year. So a lot of people use it as an excuse to finally go for it, right? All those things you've been putting off, all the things you've been telling yourself, oh, well, I can wait, you know, I can do that later. I can, you know, get started on that then. And it's like, okay, well, now is then, right? And now is the time to do it. So do it. Like, do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it, you know? And let me follow it up with the reverse 10 of coins. And the reverse 10 of coins is like a reminder of, look at the big picture, right? It's very easy to get lost in the sauce about what all is happening. And if some things don't go your way, you know, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, this was a failure. So, you know, maybe I shouldn't even bother doing this and this and this because those will probably all be failures too. And this is like, hey, you need to take like stock of what's actually important right now. What are your actual goals? What are you actually trying to achieve? What are you actually trying to do? Right? And then fucking do it. But you're getting too worked up on the nitty gritty details, and the cards are like reminding you, like, take a step back, look at the big picture. What is the big picture? To me, this reads like streaming. It's like, just fucking, just go all in, brother. Just do it. You don't need to, just fucking do it. You don't need to have all this perfectly planned bullshit right now. Just go for it. The more you wait for the perfect opportunity to begin, the less time you're gonna have to just enjoy what you got, you know? The longer you wait is just setting you back. The perfect opportunity is whenever you decide to just go for it. Also, oh my gosh, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you for the, oh my gosh. For the, how long stream streak? The 35 stream streak. Wow. Thank you, Jeremy. And Happy New Year. Yeah, got it full set. You just gotta balls to the wall, pedal to the metal. You just gotta fucking go for it, dude. That's what the cards say. The like now that it's the new year, the clock has started. You can't be pushing shit off anymore. You gotta just go for it. But there you go. I hope that helps. Maybe that kicks your ass into gear, you know? Gets you hyped for the new year. Who's to say? Yeah, the endless tick of the clock. Also, oh my gosh, your lovely bunny. Thank you for the 3 stream streak. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Next up is Spicy Nugget. And Spicy Nugget wants the full reading done with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, what did you want the reading on? Just like general? So I need to put on a jacket. I'm cold. Thank God I have my jacket right here. Let the cards speak. I got you. Kind of wish I had a love reading too. I've gotten a little closer with that crush I talked about before. Ooh. Well, I would say some of that can apply as well to love in the sense of be proactive. Like, what are you waiting for, right? In terms of love and building up connection with your crush, why not ask to hang out more? Why not ask to do things together? Why not ask about their interests? You know, why not just be proactive in pursuing them? You know? Maybe you're waiting for the perfect moment, but like, you make your perfect moment. I've mentioned this before. You know how I bagged my beautiful frog? I read erotic clown fiction. I recorded myself reading erotic clown fiction. And that was the moment they knew. So. I said what I said. All right. Oh my God. Oh, hey, look, Jeremy requested a song. Okay, hold on, let me. Was it, I mean, it was just a short little thing. It was just a short little treat, you know? A way to like tease it out, you know? I do like clowns a lot, yeah, so do they. They're a fiend for the clussy. Alright, let's see here. Let me... So let me go here. And then... There we go. Okay. We got this. We have derailed. Sorry, it's because Jeremy wants to play the Patrick staccato. AK, this is the very first cover song I ever sang. So I'll just go ahead and oh wait, I forgot to unmute it. Hold on, I gotta restart it. Teehee. Okay, and then I can mute myself. Played the next one in the thing. Whoopsie poopsie. There we go. All right, I paused it. Put the normal music back on now. And now we can hide my internet audio. There we go. Okay. We're all good now. Everything is now as it should be again. There we go. Thank you for the redeem for Patchwork Staccato. It's crazy to think that cover, my very first cover song, is now officially 3 years old. I released that in January of 2023. So, yeah. Ain't that crazy? How time flies, bro. Uma Pui Legend cover when? That would be so much fun. But I would need like I would either have to do all of the parts myself, all of the harmonies myself, or I would need to find people to sing it with me. Also, I'd have to find an instrumental of it. But truthfully, I want to do a proper Make Debut cover. I think if I was going to do an Uma Musume song, I already know Make Debut, so I'd probably want to do Make Debut first and then do Uma Pyoe. Happy anniversary. Well, anniversary to the cover song. My 4th year anniversary for streaming will be in March. March 9th. I will have been streaming for 4 years as a VTuber, which is also crazy as fuck to think about that I've been a VTuber for 4 years. But there we go. Okay. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to do some Uma Musume songs. I'd also like to do maybe Winning the Soul. I'm a big fan of that. Also, hi, Fi. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Oh my god, even my hands are cold. Hold me turn on my little space heater. So chilly. Okay. I got my little space heater on now. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of songs I do want to sing and I do want to record in the future. Don't you love when Mother Nature flips the script? Dude, it was so crazy. I got a weather alert for winter squall. I got like a National Weather Service alert on my phone for winter squalls. I never even heard of that shit before. Apparently just like a mini blizzard. So we had a mini blizzard come through here. I didn't even know that was like a thing. I thought it was just blizzards, but I guess blizzard is like a bigger thing. Winter squall is like if it only lasts if it lasts less than 3 hours, it's a winter squall, and if it lasts longer than 3 hours, it's a blizzard. So it was very interesting to see. Alright, and then Nugget wants whatever the cards feel like they gotta tell you, but we're only doing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, let's see what we got for you, Nugget. There's a tornado in Los Angeles on Christmas. That's crazy, dude. The weather's been so insane. You want all the cards? Oh, wait. So, wait. Do you want... I thought you wanted all 5 to be the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Did you want the tarot cards and the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Oracle card? I thought normally you just want all of them to be the Yu-Gi-Oh. Wait, now I'm confused. Wait, what do you want, Nugget? What are you trying to order here at the Dairy Queen? Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. You know, I'll let you surprise. Okay, well, we'll do all 5 of them as Yu-Gi-Oh cards then. Why is my space heater not working? Give me warmth. Give me heat. There we go. Okay. Okay, now it's activating. My fingers are so cold. You guys gotta hold my hands to warm them up. Can you do that for me? Just reach in through the screen. Always time to do. Yeah, it is. Isn't it beautiful? Thank you, Jeremy. You're such a sweetheart. Also, hi, Nuclea. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, this is an interesting lineup of cards here for you. Also, hi, Granola Bar. Welcome in. All right, for your reading, Spicy Nugget, we have Earth Chant, we have Drag Down into the Grave, Monster Egg, Shooting Starbow Seal, and Mad Dog of Darkness. Also, hi, Lazy. Welcome in. So let's go ahead and start breaking these down for you, right? And what they all kind of mean. Starting with Earth Chant. This card can be used to ritual summon any Earth ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon, right? So right from the start, it's kind of like there's a sacrifice in order to gain something. There's letting go of one thing in order to bring in something of equal or better value, essentially, right? You have to let go of the past if you want to move forward into the future. That's what Earth Chant is kind of all about. But then we also follow it up with Drag Down into the Grave, right? Both players reveal their hands. Each chooses one card from their opponent's hand, and then you discard the chosen cards from both players' hands. Then both players draw one card. So it feels like you're kind of at like a stalemate. It feels like you're not progressing in the way that maybe you were hoping to. It feels like you're not making the progress you wanted to. And maybe it feels like you're kind of like at a net zero in some instances. But I will say this is also still an opportunity to see what other things you get dealt to you, what other cards you have in your hand, because you're still pulling a card at the end of the day. After all of that, after the whole ordeal where you feel like you've gained nothing, you're still gaining a card, right? You're still gaining a new card. Sure, your opponent or life also gained one, but I think it's also important to realize that there is still something here. There is still something pushing you forward. So don't let this feeling of like a stalemate stop you from continuing to move forward. You know, and like I said, like I mentioned before, this idea of sacrifice, letting go of something in order to push yourself forward, right? So it may feel like you've had to let go of something that was probably pretty strong or pretty powerful for you. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to open you up to better things. And what are those better things, you ask? Well, it's Monster Egg. A warrior hidden within an egg that attacks enemies by flinging eggshells. Right now, it's still growing. It's still a little baby. You don't know how it's going to turn out yet. So I would say this new thing, don't knock it yet, because I mean, it's still in his little egg. He's just a little guy peeking out into the world. He's still new. He's still a little inexperienced, but he's a fighter. He's not fucking around. He'll throw his eggshells at you. But I think that's sort of the key thing here is this is the chance for you to build something new, kind of like from scratch. Like I said, letting go of the past, letting go of the things that served you well before in order to, you know, out with the old and with the new, something fresh, and new beginnings. And I mean, what could be more new beginning than a literal egg, right? And then that brings us to your next card, which is Shooting Starbow Seal. The equipped monster loses 1,000 attack, but can attack your opponent directly. Sometimes you need to change of plans. You need to realize who is the real target. And I mean, at the end of the day, the opponent is the actual target. You're trying to drop your opponent's life points down to 0. So keeping that in mind, changing your tactics to directly shoot straight to the heart of things can be more effective, right? So even though you're maybe not at the level you were hoping for, I think this is still a good opportunity for you to evaluate what is actually best for you and moving forward. What is actually best for you to genuinely shoot through the heart of things and achieve your goals. Even if it feels like you're kind of losing progress, I would argue that you're not, right? It can feel like you're losing progress because you're having to give some things up, but I would argue it's only pushing you closer to your goals, right? And then that brings us to your final card, which is Mad Dog of Darkness. He used to be a normal dog who played around in a park, but was corrupted by the powers of darkness. As they say, all work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy. You gotta know when to let loose, when to cut loose, when to relax, when to breathe, when to put down the work, right? You cannot be forcing at every minute of every day to make things go according to how you want them to, because life just kind of does its own thing. And when you try to force it into place, all you're doing is wasting energy. You know, there's some stuff that you can like kind of shift and push into different angles to get it to fit into better positions, but you are never going to be able to 100% fully control everything around you, and all you're doing is burning through your energy to try to make that happen. And it's not even gonna happen. So take your breaks when you need to, take your rest when you need to. Just, you know, take it easy, but take it, right? It's okay to realize what is within your actual power and ability. And then whenever you realize it's not, it's okay to just let go of the reins. Just let it happen. See where the dice fall, and then you can move on from there, you know? You can't control what the dice are going to land on, but you can control what you do afterwards, right? Also, my gosh, Lazy, thank you for the 5-stream streak. Thank you. But yeah, I hope that helps, Nugget. Fingers crossed. Also, hi, Sammy. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I hope that helps, Nugget. It's very much the idea of sometimes you gotta let go of the things that felt like your strongest assets in the past in order to open yourself up to even stronger things in the future, even if it doesn't feel like they're that strong yet. New year, new deck, new possibilities. Yeah. And also don't let the feeling of like getting everything done just right like overwhelm you, you know? There are some things that are within your reach. There's some things that you can control, but there are also things that you can't, and you can't stress those. All you can do is just focus on the stuff you can actually do, you know? But there you go. I hope that helps, Nugget. Next up, we've got Benny, who wants a general reading. So let's see here what we got for you, Benny. Oh my god. Already, Benny? Alright. Let's see how it is. Yeah, me being a perfectionist loves to work against me. I mean, trust me, I feel you. But I will say, you gotta work through it. You gotta just ignore the perfectionist tendencies. If I caved in to every single one of my perfectionist tendencies, I would not fucking be here, bro. I would not have anything. I wouldn't have my model. I wouldn't have my overlays. I wouldn't have any of my cover songs. I wouldn't have any of my art. I wouldn't post shit because none of it's perfect. I wouldn't exist if I was trying to make everything perfect. I just try to make it the best I can with what I got, and you know, it's all you can do sometimes. Start off the year right with the fake sexy voice. All right. Well, let's see what we got for your general reading, Benny. Okay, let's see what we got. And then we gotta grab your oracle card. Open up my oracle deck. If my hands will cooperate. Jesus, my fingers are still so cold. Whew. I'm like freezing, bro. Jesus. I'm gonna make myself some nice hot cocoa after this. And it's gonna be so delicious. It's gonna heal me. Alright, let's see what we got. Got that's an interesting one to get here. Okay, okay. And now let's grab your Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh wait, no, not your Yu-Gi-Oh card, sorry, it's just that one. Okay. We're good now, we're good now. Alright, well we got all the cards for you. Well, you know what, fuck it, we'll give you a Yu-Gi-Oh card too. Why not? As a treat, as a treat. What? I'm being so kind and considerate and thoughtful. Because I'm just such a giving person. Oh, another interesting one. What a fascinating reading. All right, let's go ahead and put the tarot cards up on the screen for you so you can see them. So hi, Lazy. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got all of the cards for you. What's the queue looking like? Well, right now we're doing Benny's reading. After Benny is Sequoir. And then after Sequoir is you, Lazy. And then after Lazy is Cola. And that's the current queue so far. Yeah, there you go. So, Benny, for your reading in order of left to right, we have the Eight of Swords. We've got the Reverse Emperor. And we have the 10 of Wands. Then for your Oracle card, we have Moth. Like, you know, like butterfly, moths and butterflies. And then we've got, for your Yu-Gi-Oh card, we have Chaos End, right? So, let me sip my water, and I'll put on my fake sexy voice for this one. As per the redeem. Okay. If I have to actively pretend in my voice, it's a fake voice, all right? That's how it works. Okay, okay, okay. So, Benny, we start off right from the start with the feelings of unable to break free. It's the fear of not being able to move forward. Something is keeping you tied down, frozen in place, but it's not something that can keep you there forever. You have the sword in your own hand that you can use to break yourself free. But something is stopping you. Whether it's fear or something else, something is keeping you in place. It's the fear of being able to leave a bad situation because, well, what if it gets worse? What if this is actually the best things can be right now? What if I fall into a deeper pit? That's what the Eight of Swords is. But I think you have to recognize that sometimes you'll never know until you push yourself forward. And that leads us to your second card, the Reverse Emperor. While the Emperor is a leader, the results of hard work, someone who pushes others to become their best self through their own form of leadership, recognition of skill. And its reverse, it's somebody who desires control over all else, control over the situation. The fear of loss of control is something that probably eats at you, something that is not within your own abilities to shape with your own hands. It eats at you. What can you do with anomalies that are outside of your own reach? But this becomes the thoughts of a tyrant rather than an emperor. Somebody who wants to control every small aspect of something, leaves it to the point where it cannot flourish in ways that you don't even realize it can. Because it can only ever potentially exist within the confines that you lock it within. The tyrant holds back creativity. But it brings us to the reason why you do this. And that's the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is simply, you can see with the flower, forget me not. The desire to be seen, the desire to be known, to be heard, to be aware of, right? The Ten of Wands is a card of a heavy weight, a burden on your shoulders, but it's also a trial of your heart. This is your chance to prove yourself, to show, and that's what makes you so anxious. You feel like this is your opportunity for people to really see you. But you can't let the tyrant nature take over because it's going to squash your creativity. It's going to squash the spark of life that you can breathe into this if you're so focused on making things perfect, on moving forward. All right? And that sort of brings us to your oracle card, which is Moth. Mystery, concealment, illusion, right? There is this sense of hiding the strings that you use to control the puppet, in a sense. But it also feels like this is camouflage as a way to protect yourself, right? The moths usually have different patterns on their wings to protect themselves from predators, to blend in with their environment, And it feels like this, in a sense, is your form of armor. This is your way to protect yourself mentally from whatever it may be, criticism, pain, hurt, rejection, even. It does certainly feel like conceal, don't feel. You're in your Elsa era right now, it seems. But it's only when you embrace those feelings that I think you're able to move forward from them, right? I think these are very common feelings, and you certainly aren't alone. But you shouldn't bottle them up. Rather, I think you should be open and vulnerable about it. And that's a chance for you to not have to deal with all of this alone. You don't want to be a lonely tyrant on your throne, right? And then that brings us to your final card, your Yu-Gi-Oh card. Chaos End, right? You can only activate this card if 7 or more of your cards are currently removed from play. Destroy all monster cards on the field. This is the chance for you to wipe the slate clean. While it does mean breaking off from what you had before, this is still your chance for something new. This is the clean slate you wanted. This is your chance for something new, for you to set the field according to your desires. It's going to be messy. It's going to be scary, but ultimately it is a chance for new beginnings. And what possible better new beginnings can there be than the beginning of the year, right? New year, new you. Now break free and build that ice castle, I guess. I hope that helps, Benny. I think you're getting too in your head about stuff, but hopefully this helps, you know? Kind of realign your expectations for yourself and what you can and cannot do. I think it can be difficult. There's a lot of like vulnerability that comes with a lot of this stuff. And I think just kind of being open and honest about your own thoughts and feelings rather than kind of like burying them deep within you makes it easier for you to move forward with future endeavors when you're finally sort of able to let go of what your fears are, you know? When you're finally able to cut yourself free. So there you go. I hope that helps, Benny. Next up, we've got... Next up is Sequar. Sequar's still here, right? Yeah, you are in your Elsa era. Yeah, there's Sequar. And Sequar said, what does January have in store for me? I want to start the year right and need some guidance on how to make it count. Let's see what we got for you, Sequar. What do the cards suggest for your new year? Hi, Manju on YouTube. All of the tarot readings are done through Twitch right now. So we actually have a queue that we're working through at the moment. Whoa, I dropped a card. There we go. Okay, I got it. All right, let's see what we got for you, Sequar. For how to start your new year right. Okay. So we got all the cards for you. So let's put them up on the screen. Starting with... There we go. And then that one actually stays the same. And then the third card is... There we go. Alrighty, so in order of left to right, Sequar, for your New Year reading, we've got the Three of Cups, we have the Emperor, and we have the Hermit. So we start with the Three of Cups, which is a card of, there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of different directions you can go. None of them are bad, honestly. You can kind of just take your pick and you're gonna get something good out of it. So don't stress too much, I think, about what your options are, because they're all good options. There's definitely no like clear wrong option that you should take. So don't stress too much. Just do what feels right to you, right? Right from the start. We also follow it up with the Emperor, which is a card of a leader, somebody taking charge of their life, taking charge of their surroundings, and also using their energy to push themselves forward. This is a card of hard work. Hard work pays off, right? So whatever efforts you decide to put in are well worth it, right? It's paying dividends and how much it's coming through. And then interestingly, we follow it with the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is a card of introspection, but also a card of enlightenment, right? Taking the time to sort of think quietly to yourself of what it is you want. It's a card of meditation, to find your inner questions to yourself, right? So I think it's a matter of, well, what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of goals do you want to achieve, right? And I think it's when you truly set it up of breaking it down simply as, well, who do you want to be and how do you want to do it? I think it makes it much more clear of what actual path, what actual direction you should take, what actual leadership roles are in store for you. So right now it's kind of like, hey, why don't you just take the moment to really stop and think, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of things do I want to do? What are things that I've been, maybe holding off on that I've been itching to actually get my hands on? Now is the chance for you to actually do that, So it's that quiet sort of thinking to yourself, okay, well, what do I want the new year to bring in for me? And then once you realize what that is, then the next question is, okay, well, now what should I do to actually do that, right? So I think it's just a matter of actually searching within yourself to find your direction that you're looking to go in. But there you go. I hope that helps. Fingers crossed, Sequoia. Sometimes you just gotta stop and think about what it is you actually want. And maybe what you just really want is just a really, really delicious bacon cheeseburger. Well, all you gotta do, then you decide, do I want to make my own bacon cheeseburger from scratch? Or do I want to buy it, But once you know what you want, aka the bacon cheeseburger, then it's just a matter of how do you acquire Borger. Yippee, Borger, yeah, yippee. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a bacon cheeseburger tomorrow. 1000%. That's New Year's resolution, #1, top priority. I'm getting Borger. But yeah, there you go. That's all it is. You gotta prioritize by starting with, well, what do I actually want? And then you can work on the how do I get it, But you can't just start with how do I get it, because then you're like, get what? And you're like, I don't know, get it. And it's like, okay, well, what is it? You gotta narrow it down. And by it, I mean Borger. I'm so hungry, dude. Also, hi, Misama-chan. Happy New Year. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Alrighty. Next up, we've got... Next up is Lazy, and Lazy wants a love reading. Ooh. Yeah, then after Lazy is Cola, and then after Cola is Misamo. Yeah, I see you, Lazy. Let's see what we got for you. For Lazy's New Year's love reading. Ooh, so exciting. Starting the year love reading. Gotta know if the cards were bullying me or not. I'm sure they'll be very sweet and nice to you, and if not, I'll have a firm discussion with the cards if they bully you. So don't worry. I'll knock them in line. Okay, and now let's grab your oracle card. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I do love doing the love readings for you guys. It's very exciting. Ooh, okay. So, we got all of the cards for you, Lazy. So let's put them up on the screen. Starting with... And then the next one is... There we go. And then the last one is... There we go. Okay, we got all of the cards for you. So in order of left to right for your love reading, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Queen of Coins, and we have the Knight of Wands. And then for your oracle card, we have Fruit. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a card of introspection as well, but it's a card of what can you cut yourself free from? What can you let go of? What's tying you down, right? And I think there certainly is something, I think, holding you back, tying you down from actually reaching your potential. And this can be a number of things. This could be like self-confidence issues. This could be maybe your rejection fear. It can be a lot of things. Whatever the case is, this is like a card of like, what's stopping you from actually finding your love? What's actually preventing you from meeting, you know, the one, whoever it might be. And I think understanding what that is the first step to actually conquering it, right? So if you never ask anybody out or approach them, well, how are you planning to find love, right? So it's a matter of, okay, well, what is actually holding you back right now? What are you currently doing that is not helping? Because maybe it's just you look from a distance and you don't ever actually approach. And it's like, that's sweet, you know, that you're trying to keep a distance, but how are they going to know? They're not mind readers. They're not going to know you're actually interested in them like that. If you're only looking from afar, just like, if only they would see me. It's like, okay, well, just approach them, you know, make your move, you know. We also followed up with the Queen of Coins. And the Queen of Coins is somebody who's very noble, very regal, somebody who gives like an air of like generosity and nurturing, caring love. Somebody who's very elegant, I would say. Seems to be your type. And I mean, you're not gonna make the princess make her first move, right? You're gonna, m'lady. You gotta get up there. You gotta bow. You gotta introduce yourself, right? You can't make the princess do all the work if you want to bag a princess. So it's up to you to make the first move. You gotta be, and you know what you gotta be? You gotta be a knight. And that brings us into your third card, which is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is full of passion and excitement. There's somebody who wears their expression and their heart on their sleeve. Somebody who is hot-blooded and ready to just show what they're feeling. They are an open book with their emotions. And you can tell, you know. They're not trying to conceal anything. They're not trying to hide. They're not trying to play themselves down. They're just being open and honest and vulnerable, and they're willing to fight for what matters to them. Somebody who is ready to take up the mantle to you know, protect the princess. So I think you just gotta step it up. Become your true knight self. You gotta start simping openly. I think that's what it is. And then we follow it up with your oracle card, which is fruit, which is a card of achievement and success. You can also consider it the card of the fruits of your labor. Taking the time to just be open and taking the first move and being direct and, like I said, an open book with your emotions, I think is going to take you far. I think you will actually find success with love when you allow yourself to be vulnerable and open about the emotions that you're experiencing and how you feel, right? When you make it clear what you're feeling, they don't have to guess. And that makes it so much easier for them to be able to reciprocate, you know? So go bag your princess, lazy. I believe in you. Or your queen, whoever it may be. Queen, princess. The one time the cards didn't straight up bully me because they're telling you, just go for it. Just do it. Charge in there and win their hearts. You got this, lazy. I know you can do it. You're a little cutie pie. You're going to be so cute. I believe in you. Some sort of monarchist boo. I don't know. Yeah. Some sort of lover of royal authority. But yeah, I think you just gotta charge forward being open and vulnerable about who you are and your feelings. Yeah, Defs has a title though. Yeah. Next up is Cola, who also wants a love reading. So let's see what we got for you, Cola. Yeah, yippee! But yeah, I hope that helps, lazy. Maybe that gives you some encouragement as you charge forward into the new year. Yeah, you got this. It's your chance to be brave. Let's see what we got for you, Cola, for your love reading. Oh, interesting. Okay. Big changes in your love life, it feels like. Very, very big, drastic changes. To me, this kind of feels like maybe it was the ending of a really big relationship or some sort of like hump. Some sort of like big obstacle finally feels like it's cleared. I'll get into it, but whatever the case is, I'm not sure if you're currently in love with somebody or if you've recently broken out of love with somebody, but it kind of reads a little bit like, I think depending on just like the circumstance, it definitely reads like this is new beginnings, right? And you'll understand more of what I mean by that when I put the cards up on the screen for you. Starting with this one, and then we follow it up with and then we follow it up with that one, and then we follow it up with this one. There we go. Alrighty, so this is very new beginnings reading, right? So we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have Death, and we have the Seven of Cups, right? So we start with the Wheel of Fortune, which is the card of the changing of the tides, right? This is the wheel that keeps spinning, it keeps turning. No matter what, it just keeps going, right? Life moves on, life finds a way. You just got to keep trucking, you know? But this is a card of changes on the way, evolution, it's a cleansing, even letting go of things as you move forward in your life, right? But it's also a card of like a stroke of unexpected good luck, right? Feels like you've kind of hit a sense of clarity, right? And then it interestingly follows up with the Death card, which sounds scary, but the Death card is a card of, you know, letting go of the past to start something new. When one door closes, another one opens. It's, you know, the real genuine rebirth, you know, clearing away the past, letting go of old hurts, and it's a transformation of the self. So it really does feel like you're letting go of something. You're finally letting it be free. You're moving forward. You're moving on with your life, and you're moving on to better things, right? Healthier things, letting go of the past, letting go of past pains and suffering, moving on. And like this can read as like, you know, letting go of like a bad relationship and like the breakup. But I think if you are currently in a relationship, it could also read of like letting go of old baggage that was holding you back from truly enjoying your relationship, right? It's a fresh start of sorts, maybe relinquishing some previous hangups. Yeah, exactly. It can be like, this is like the moment of clarity where you're like, oh, all of that shit I was carrying deep inside of myself that was weighing down our relationship because I was taking it out on my partner, like all of my insecurities, I was taking them out on my partner. And it's kind of like, bro, what am I doing? Like, they aren't the person that hurt me. That was somebody else in a previous relationship. I'm letting it go and I'm moving forward, right? Whatever the case is, whether you're currently in a relationship or you just got out of one, I think it can be interpreted similarly of like you're letting go of that old baggage that was holding you back from love. You're letting go of all of that past pain and scarring that you were taking in with you into your relationships with new people of old relationships, right? So it's like you're finally letting it go. You're like, they're not the same person. They're not the same person, and this is a chance to start fresh, to start free, to work through whatever we had going on. Oh, I can process my trauma in a way that doesn't obliterate the vibes. Sick energy. Yeah, exactly. And that feels definitely reiterated with the final card, which is the Seven of Cups, right? Because the Seven of Cups is a card of freedom. It's adaptability. Anything is possible. If you can imagine it, you can create it. If you can dream it, you can make it come true, right? You are only limited by your imagination. This is your chance to just like cast off all of the weight and just float to the top, right? You're like, why am I holding this ball and chain? I'm currently underwater. If I just let go of the brick, you know, I'll start floating back up to the surface. All you have to do is let go of the cement bricks, you know? Why are you holding on to those? You don't need to hold on to the cement bricks. You're falling further down into the water and you're just kind of like, brother, what am I doing? Just let go of them. And you're like, wow, I'm so much lighter now. I'm floating up to the top. That's literally what it is. It's just kind of realizing, I guess I can find a different snack. Whatever the case is, it feels like it's kind of just like a, oh, duh, what am I doing? Like, obviously, I can just work through this. What have I been doing this whole time? Oh, it's so silly of me. That's kind of what this reading is. But it's like a positive thing of like, you've kind of realized, like, what actually matters, what's actually important. This is the chance for new beginnings, for fresh starts. So let it into your life. So like I said, regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship at the moment, I think it can be interpreted still pretty similarly. Letting go of past pain, past baggage as you move forward into better things, whether it's, you know, a new relationship with somebody else, or if it's realizing that the past baggage you were holding on to in that relationship had nothing to do with this person, and kind of just letting go of it and starting fresh, you know. The bacon burger earlier sounded better than cinder blocks. God, dude. Oh, I would kill for a bacon burger. I'm so hungry. I want a bacon burger. I want a double bacon cheeseburger with fries and a chocolate shake. That's what I want right now. That sounds very encouraging, many things. Yeah, I hope it helps, Cola. Fingers crossed. Like I said, it can kind of be interpreted similarly regardless of your actual love status. But I think it's definitely a reassuring reading. It's like now's the chance for good things to come into your life, especially in terms of love. Letting go of the past and moving forward with good, like, lightheartedness, you know? And there you go. Next up is Misamo. You're still here, right, Misamo? Let me drink some water. I am. Okay, hi. Hi, Misamo. And Misamo also wants a love reading. Do we also have... Okay, we do still have slots, by the way. In case anybody else wants to snag a tarot reading today. Bacon burger would hit. I know. I'm buying one tomorrow. I'm going to buy a bacon burger tomorrow. I'm gonna make it happen. Bacon burger, fried chocolate shake. Oh God. And then I can dip my fries in my chocolate shake like the heathen I am. Oh God, it would be so fucking good. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm one of those freaks that dips their fries in their shake. What are you gonna do about it? You saw this within me. This shouldn't shock you. This shouldn't surprise you. One of my favorite things was getting the chocolate frosty and a small fry from Wendy's. And dipping my fries in my frosty. Oh my God, Victor, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see what we got for your love reading, Misamo. Okay, we got all of the cards for you, so let's put them up on the screen, starting with... There we go. And the last card is... There we go. Alrighty. We've got all of the cards for you, Misamo, for your love reading. In order of left to right, we have the reverse Six of Wands, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Nine of Cups. So, starting with the reverse Six of Wands, right? The reverse Six of Wands is a card of like a false sense of security. I would say things are not fully settled in yet. I'm not sure if things are fully where they need to be at the moment. But it's just kind of like just be careful, okay? Just I don't think you should let your guard down quite yet. Something's still, it's like just be alert, be careful. And then following it up with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of kind of like journeying to a new place, taking the good things with you, and a success after anxieties. So, interestingly to me, this reads like protecting yourself from a bad situation, escaping a bad love to move forward in your life. That's how this kind of reads to me. Just kind of getting out of there, hightailing it out of there, and starting fresh somewhere else. That's kind of what it reads like, especially with those two. But then we also kind of followed up with that that Nine of Cups, and that Nine of Cups is a card of, you know, saving up your energy, saving up your time and energy to build your own oasis, right? So it's a self-reliance. It's abundance on your end because you've taken the time to set yourself up for success, which to me does really sound like you are prepping yourself to hightail it out of there. Also, thank you so much, Azura Stella, for the raid. Welcome in. Were you winning Xenogears? Did you win Xenogears? Welcome in, raiders. I hope y'all are doing well. Also, hi, Mita. So thank you for the follows, Leon Sable. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Close to winning disc 1. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hi, Mita. But yeah, I would say, Misamo, this reading reads like you're trying to get out of a relationship, I would say. It feels like you're in some sort of relationship and you're like, this isn't for me. I got to get out of here, right? So it's kind of like rely on yourself, trust on yourself, and slowly build up your own sense of self-reliability, self-sustain, like self-reliance, self-strength. So that when the time comes, if you need to pull out, you can pull out without worry, right? That's kind of what it feels like. But this is your chance for you to take those good things with you and move forward in your life. It served its purpose. It's not serving its purpose anymore. Move forward, move on. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, I mean, it could just be like a future warning of like, hey, just make sure that you're preparing yourself for the future in case something does happen. You don't want to kind of be caught unawares. So even if you have no plans to leave a relationship, it's still good to, you know, be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient, that's the word I was looking for, self-sufficient. So just so if need be, you always have like a sort of exit strategy. Because you never know. You genuinely, you never know. And this is just like the cards way of saying, like, protect yourself. Build yourself up so you won't have to worry about feeling stuck. You won't have to worry about feeling trapped, right? Because whenever you have that sense of security, it's going to put you more at ease. It's going to be able to help you with a lot of that stuff, you know? So not necessarily saying that it's maybe something that you're trying to escape now, but rather like in the off chance this happens, it'll be good for you to, I think, start going ahead to build that self-reliance, that self-sufficiency, so you have an exit strategy if you need it. Hopefully you won't ever need it, but if you need it, it'll be available to you, and I think that'll help set your mind at ease to do whatever is best for you in the future. You know? But yeah, I hope that helps me so much on. But yeah, it's just basically like, take care of yourself. Focus on yourself. Make sure you've got the things you need to keep yourself safe. Also, thank you for the follow, Alithana. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. We do still have some tarot slots open. If you guys want a tarot reading, we are now officially caught up in the queue. It's through the tarot reading redeem. So you just redeem the little tarot reading and tell me what you want, and then I'll do a reading for you if you'd like. Mita says you're good people. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, we keep it chill, we keep it cool. Yeah, of course. What would you like a tarot reading on? I can do all kinds of stuff. We've done love, we've done, you know, general, we've done jobs, we've done creative stuff, we've done streaming, we've done friendships, family, all kinds of stuff. What's on your mind? What's weighing on you? What would you like some insight into? Creative stuff? Yeah, we can do that for you. Let's see what we got for you then. Also, Dreaming Honu, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Let's see what we got for your creative reading. Get back in there. When my cards try to fly away from me. All right, let's see what we got for you. Oh. Interesting. Okay. So all three of these are major arcana for your creative reading. They're also all upside down, but I've just flipped them all right side up. So we'll be reading them all right side up. And then let's go ahead and put these up on the screen for you so you can see what I'm seeing. Starting with... Yeah, and then we've got the last card, which is... There we go. All right, so in order of left to right, Azura Stella, for your creative stuff reading, we've got the Moon, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. So, starting with the Moon, right? The Moon can seem very shadowy and seem very cold on the outside, but this is actually the card of imagination. This is the card of creativity and like imaginative power, right? This is dreams and intuition, really channeling like your inner self, your innermost thoughts and feelings. This is the card of creative stuff, really. But this is your chance, I think, to really feel in tune with who you are and what it is you want to create and what it is you want to do. We followed up with the Hierophant, which is a leader, usually more of like a spiritual leader, but it's very much somebody that you trust to sort of help guide you and push you forward into your journey, right? So to me, it feels like maybe you have a lot of creative energy, you have like a lot of stuff you want to do, but maybe you don't really know where to channel it. And so you're kind of just like vibrating with all this creative energy, but you have nowhere to actually direct it towards, right? And so it feels like maybe you're kind of like at a loss. You kind of want like somebody to be like, hey, you should try making this. You should try doing this, right? Have you considered like making this? It feels like you're kind of waiting for somebody to be like, you should make this, you know? And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I should make that, you know? And that sort of leads us into your final card, which is the Lover's card, which is a card of like mutual give and take. It's very beneficial. It's very much like what works for you also works for them, and what works for them also works for you. And to me, in terms of creativity, in terms of creating stuff, I think the best thing that immediately comes to my mind is fandom. I don't know if there's any like shows or video games or anime or whatever it is that you're really, really into. But if there's something you're into, I think you should create something for it. I think you should make something for it. Fan art is such a great way to just like channel all of your inner excitement and love for a piece of media, you know. You can be a bit more daring with it. You don't really have to worry too much about like character designs. You probably already have some ideas of things you want to create, things you've already sort of like low-key imagined but never actually put, you know, pencil to paper to actually make it happen. You also gave my Saturday pixel art stream some direction. Well, there you go. I think you should make some fan art. And the people who also enjoy that fandom are also going to be really excited. They're also going to get new free fan art out of the situation too, right? So I think the best thing for you to do is just make something that you're excited about in fandom, whether it's like a book you've read, or, you know, like I said, an anime, or if it's a video game. Just make something for a different piece of media, and I think that'll kind of help redirect that creative energy you kind of have bubbling up inside of you into the direction that you want. Well, there you go. I hope that helps, Azura Stella. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I would say fandom is definitely the most like lovers give and take style thing that you can do in terms of art. Because you get to create, and then other people also get to enjoy it because they already know the characters. They already are aware of the media. They get the vibes, you know? But there you go. I hope that helps. Yeah. And then next up we've got Alithana, who wants relationship health reading. Okay, okay. Kind of checking base with how things are going with the relationship. I see, I see. Well, let's see what we got for ya. Oh my god, Nordy. 37 months is crazy. You are so close to 3 years. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Nerdy, thank you for the 10 gift subs as well. And then one more for your actual sub as well. Thank you, thank you. So sweet of you. Also, hi Leonix. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Alright, let's see what we got for you. Let's see what we got for you, Alithana. For your relationship health reading. But yeah, how are you guys? I hope it's going well. Also, Diamade, thanks for grabbing your daily pillow. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, look at it go. Look at it buzzing with excitement. How's your year going? Oh, you missed my fun story earlier that I was telling everybody. Doing good. I slept for 12 hours today. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't eat be Nordy? I'm sure it was well worth it though. I'm sure you definitely needed the sleep. Oh, what happened? I guess I'll just have to watch the beginning of the VOD later to find out what happened. I guess you'll simply have to rewatch the VOD. Also, hi Brandy. Welcome in. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Alithana. Yeah, I hope all of y'all are doing good. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful new year. Okay. We've got all of the cards for you. Just got done playing D&D. Did you win? Did you win Dungeons and Dragons? Alright, let's go ahead and put these cards up on the screen for you. Alright, Alithana. Starting with... go. All right. Did you dungeon and dragon? Yeah. Partially. Only exploded a little bit. Only a little bit. I'm so proud of you. Good job reining in. All right. Well, we got all the cards for you for your relationship health reading. In order of left to right, we have the Six of Wands. We have the reverse Queen of Coins. And we have the reverse Emperor, which is definitely an interesting combination here for a relationship sort of health reading, checking in on like how the relationship is doing. But we start with the Six of Wands, which is a card of taking a break, taking a rest, you know, reconnecting with friends. I feel like this is the chance for you to really just kind of take a step back from each other, spend some good time with just like the friends and other people in your lives. Maybe you're kind of too up in each other's business at the moment, and it feels like it's adding a little bit of pressure onto things, you know? So it's like a, hey, why don't you go spend some time with your friends? Why don't you go hang out with your other buddies, you know? Just take some you time. Not to say you need to break anything off or do anything crazy. Just have a girls' night, guys' night, whatever it might be. Just have a fun night where it's just you and your friends, and that's it, right? Take a breather, take your mind off of things. It gives you a fresh perspective as well, sort of taking that step back, taking that rest, taking that moment to really breathe, right? Not saying anything's necessarily wrong. Not saying that the relationship is in a bad spot, but sometimes you just need a break from the other person. Nothing wrong with that, you know? Sometimes you just gotta spend time with your own people. Otherwise, you know, the cohabitation stuff can make you a little crazy. Also, thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate it. Mwah. Thank you. We also followed up with the reverse Queen of Coins. And while the Queen of Coins is very much like somebody who's very nurturing, very generous, very much in a position of power as well, in its reverse, it's somebody who's kind of like, they're hiding something. And it's not that it's necessarily anything bad. I don't think it's necessarily like anything crazy, but it feels like there's definitely some like concealing of feelings, maybe bottling some stuff up that should not be bottled. And whatever the case is, it feels like something's kind of like festering underneath the surface. It's like, okay, you really do just need to take a breather, take a step back. Not saying the relationship is doomed, but I think you need some space, right? You need some space to just breathe. Let things breathe, let things, you know, relax, let out the tension. You're a little too close to each other right now. You need some separate space for yourself and for them, right? It was like, no need to stress. No need to stress. It'll be okay. But just take a couple steps back. Like I said, hang out with your friends. Take a breather. Don't worry about things. Let it cook. Because right now it feels like maybe some things are festering, some emotions are being bottled up, things are being held within tight. It feels like you can't really talk about it. And that sort of leads into the reverse Emperor card, which is a card of like tyranny. It's a card of inflexibility. Maybe it's a little bit of a card of like clashing egos. Whatever the case is, it definitely feels like rather than coming to a solution together to fix things, whatever this might be, it could just be a simple minor inconvenience. It could just be, you know, they left food in their dishes in the sink, even though you told them 20 million times to not leave food in their dishes in the sink. How hard is it to just scrape the food out of the bowl that you put into the sink, into the trash can before you put the bowl in the sink? And yet you've been living with them for years and they still keep doing this no matter how many times you tell them, and they go, oh yeah, I'll be more mindful of it. And then they never fucking do. And every single time you go to do the dishes, you see that there's food in the bowl in the sink. And it's like, is it really that huge of a deal? Is it really that huge of a deal? No, but it's so annoying and it's so frustrating, you know? I don't want to say that's what they're doing. I'm just giving an example. My roommate does this. I've lived with my roommate for like 5 years now, and this motherfucker still does this. Is that potentially a personal story, Dare? Yes. Oddly specific. Yeah. I was drawing a little bit of my own personal things coming up in there. But my point is, it's not necessarily anything like crazy. It's probably not necessarily saying that this is any like major crazy shit that they're doing to you. It's probably just some minor, but it's getting you a little heated. I think it's getting you a little, it sounded like a self-insert, yeah. Yeah, that little bit was a little bit of a self-insert. But it feels like there's definitely something that I think is kind of getting to you, is irking you maybe a little bit more than it normally would. Something that you would normally brush off without any really like worrying about it. But right now it feels like it's kind of getting a little bigger. And so it's like, take a step back, take a little bit of a breather. Spend some time with friends, take the night off, don't worry about it. Just, you know, give yourself some space and I think you'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. But right now it feels like you're getting a little worked up over some stuff. Or maybe they're getting worked up over some stuff. That's not necessarily the end of the world, but maybe right now feels like it. Like, just take a step back, take a breath. It'll be okay, but maybe just spend some time with some other people at the moment to just get a sense of clarity from being around others, you know? A little break from, you know, all of the being cooped up, especially if you're like cooped up in the same house together. Especially during winter and stuff, it's very easy to get a little stir crazy with things. So I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong, right? I don't think there's anything bad. I don't think your relationship or whatever is in any danger. But I do think you need some time to do your own thing, you know? To do some stuff for yourself, you know? Healthier than I expected to hear. Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a clashing of egos, maybe two people with very strong personalities in a very small enclosed space is going to lead to inevitable clashes. Any relationship is going to have its clashes, right? It happens. But what matters is how you choose to react to it and how you choose to problem solve it. And sometimes the best thing for you to do is to just be like, you know what? I'm just going to go hang out with my friends. I'm going to take a breath. I'm not going to stress about this. I'm just going to go play Fortnite with my friends for like 5 hours and watch Culinary Class War, which, by the way, Culinary Class War is such a good TV show. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a Korean cooking show about like the celebrity chefs, like the famous celebrity chefs, competing against unknown chefs who are of basically like the same skill level to see if, you know, the non-known chefs can beat the celebrity chefs when sort of put to the test. It's like, do the celebrity chefs have something that makes them just genuinely better than all of the other chefs that are out there, you know? Or if it's a matter of there are a lot of undiscovered rare gems that are kind of being hidden just because they're not popular, they're not famous, you know? It's really interesting, and it's really cool, and I like all the dynamics of all the different people. I watched season 1 before, and season 2 just came out, so highly recommend that show. Really, really good. I love it. If you guys love cooking shows, you will love Culinary Class War, so there you go. You should watch that. I wouldn't have been surprised by the Hangman, the Tower, and things like that. Are things not going well? I mean, I kind of got the vibes, but I feel like the best thing is more just for you to take a step back from things. It definitely feels like you're kind of like in your own heads about a lot of this. Like I said, clashing of personalities, clashing of egos. But I don't think this is anything that's necessarily like breaking quite yet. I think there's still a chance to repair the relationship, but I do think you need some space. You know, the Six of Wands is really a card of like, you need some breathing room, you need some space. But I think if you do that, you'll be able to have like more clarity to your situation and what you feel like you need to actually do, you know, whatever that might be. But for now, just take some time to spend away from each other, to get some breathing room. Hang out with your support system, and I think that'll help you a lot. There you go. I've been told it should have been broken years ago. Well, maybe spend some time with your friends. And maybe as you spend time with your friends will be like, you should dump them already. You should get, and then if your friends are saying that, then maybe you listen to them. But for now, I think just spend some time with your friends. Spend some time to listen to your friends, hang out with your friends, reconnect. Like I said, the most important thing right now is your support network, your system, the people who are within your lives that are not that person. Let's take a breather and then reassess the situation, you know? And then if all of your, I'm gonna say, if one of your friends is like, oh my gosh, you should dump him, that's one thing. If all of your friends are saying you should dump them, you should dump them, right? If you're listening to all of your friends and all of your friends are like, oh my God, they're so fucking bad for you, just dump them. There's probably some merit in that. There's probably something going on there, right? Like I said, if it's like one individual who's like, oh my God, they're so crazy, you should dump them, that's probably one person. But if all of your friends are like, this should have ended years ago, this is crazy that you're still doing this, maybe you need to hear it again from them. Maybe you need to hear it again from them and you'd be like, you know what? Maybe you guys are right. Maybe it is over. But I think regardless of what it ends up actually being, I think you gotta take some space, A lot are mutual friends, and on the partner side, I mean, then it could just be a matter of egos clashing. It's not necessarily that, either of you are bad people, but maybe you're just a bad fit. Maybe you're just a bad match. Like I said, we have that reverse Emperor card, which is like that clashing of egos, clashing of people, the sort of like tyranny in a relationship. Rather than becoming a true leader in the relationship, it becomes more of like a tyrant sort of thing, So I think it's just a matter of take a step back, and evaluate the situation from a more outside perspective. At the end of the day, you're the person in the relationship, so it's up to you to make the decision what you want to do, whatever that might be. I think the key thing here, though, is what matters most to you. Is it just the fact that you're in a relationship, or is it, something else? I'm late to the first indie stream of the year, dar. It's okay, Ren, welcome in. But I will say, I think if you're thinking a lot about breaking up with somebody, and if your first thought is that the tarot reading about your relationship with this person is that it's going to be over and that you're going to break up, I will say, personal opinion, I think that means you want to break up with them. I think you've kind of already made a choice in your heart of what you want to do, and maybe you're looking for validation of the decision that you want to make. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do think you should still talk with people. Like I said, spend time with your friends. Talk things through. If you feel like you need, an outside opinion. But from what I'm getting through the vibes, it feels like you kind of already want to break up. But you just want somebody to be like, yeah, you should break up. You should break up. This is no good for you. And you'd be like, thank you. That's kind of what it feels like, I was, oh my gosh, Ren, thank you for the 33 months. So I think if all you're looking for is validation for you wanting to break up with them, I mean, first of all, you don't need it. Just fucking, if you've already been thinking about it this long and this hard about it, just fucking do it, New year, cut the relationship off clean and start fresh. But I think you're definitely looking for some form of like validation from somebody else, an outside source of what you want to do. And maybe you just gotta hang out with your friends and see what your friends think, See how your current support network is. Because they're going to be the ones you're going to be relying on anyways at the end of the day. If you do go through with it, if you do end up breaking up with your partner, you're going to be, you're going to need your friends to carry you through as you get through it. But yeah. Also, hi, Frank. Welcome in. So, whatever the case might be, no judgment here. No judgment here. But I do think you do need to just take a step back, There you go. Don't fall for the sunk cost fallacy. That's all I'll say. Just because you've invested a lot of time and energy into something doesn't mean you need to keep investing more time and energy into something if you want to end it, Hope you're having a happy new year. Yeah, happy new year. Doo-doo. But there you go. I hope that helps, Alifana. Next up is Leonic. And Leonix wants a love reading. So let's see what we got for you, Leonix. Oh my gosh, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, I will drink some more water. Ooh, more roasting or New Year, new spread? Ooh, who's to say, really? And then, okay. Now let's grab your oracle card. Okay, I got all of the cards for you, Leonix. So let's go ahead and put them up on the screen, starting with... And then we've got... How does a fella get a reading around these parts? It is a redeem. We have a tarot reading redeem. Do we have any slots left? Technically, they're all filled right now, but once I do this reading, I'll be fully caught up on the queue. We'll probably do a raffle for a slot after this. So just stick around, and then we'll raffle off a slot for the final reading. But normally it's a channel point redeem. Yeah. And then the last card is... There we go. Okay. Quick stream today. Yeah, I'm also hungry. I've been thinking about a bacon double cheeseburger, like all stream. So, a bacon cheeseburger on mine. Yeah, glizzy, 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 glizzy on my mind. Alright, so we got all the cards for you, Leonix, for your love reading in order of left to right. We've got the High Priestess. We have the 3 of Coins, and we have the reverse 4 of Coins. And then for your Oracle card, we have Autumn, like the season. So, let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of inner voice, intuition, inner wisdom. It's sort of trusting your gut in a lot of this. And I think in terms of love, maybe you have like the gut reaction of, I think they like me too, but then you like rationalize yourself out of it. You're like, no, there's no, that'd be ridiculous. There's no way they would actually like me back. No, I'm being so silly. How dare I think that? But I don't know. I think you're talking yourself out of a lot of this, you know? I think a lot of it is the cards are like, no, trust your gut, trust your instinct. I think if your initial thought is that maybe they like you too, then you should trust where you're getting that from, you know? I think you're a lot more perceptive than you give yourself credit for, But then you try to rationalize it away because you're like, but this is me we're talking about here, you know? And it's like, it doesn't change anything. That doesn't actually affect the outcome of that, you know? Following it up as well with the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is a card of sort of hard work paying off for you, really refining your skill, mastering your craft in this sense. I think it's trusting your gut builds a stronger intuition, right? When you learn to trust and listen to your intuition, it's going to build a stronger sense of, you know, how things actually are. You're going to become, I think, more adept at recognizing when it's actually the case, you know? And following it up as well with the reverse Four of Coins is kind of like a passing through life without appreciating it. You kind of feel like you're window shopping. You're looking at all of the couples holding hands and you're like, ah, oh, if only that was me, but it won't be. And it's like, okay, well, let's not sell yourself short, you know? Like, come on now, you got this. Just fucking go for it. Like I said, it's gonna take time to build up and hone in on your skill, but I think it is a skill that can be honed in on and something you already kind of have in the works. I think I am pretty perceptive, but you're right. I'll just be like, nah, couldn't be me. Like I said, I think you have a really strong sense of intuition. Also, hi, Condorcito. I think you have a really strong sense of intuition. I think you're usually pretty spot on a lot of this stuff, but then you talk yourself out of it. And that's the thing. I think that's the thing that trips you up and stops you from really reaching your peak potential, because you try to like rationalize your way out of the idea that it could be a thing, you know? You're like, nah, that can't be it. And so even though your guess was spot on, that you've now talked yourself out of it, you know? There needs to be more little guys on the screen. Oh my god. Are you solving the problem of a lack of little fellas? And then that sort of brings us to your final card, your Oracle card, Leonix, which is Autumn, which is a card of bounty and balance, right? I'm always late to tarot streams. It's okay, Cabecito. Don't worry. It'd be like that sometimes. But I'd say this is your chance for you to take advantage of what you already have, the skills you already have, to develop them even further, to strengthen them and their accuracy. And to really like, sort of reap the rewards of just listening to your gut instincts on a lot of this stuff. I think now is the time for you to show your perception, show your ability to sort of pick up on these things. Because I think you do genuinely have a good sense of the ability to pick up on a lot of this stuff. It shows in other ways when you don't talk yourself out of it. So I think now is the time for you to just kind of like let it flow through you, especially in terms of like love. Like, okay, I think this person likes me back. Let me turn up the flirtiness, you know? Let me go a little crazier with it. I think you'll start finding better results coming out of this because you're just starting to trust your instincts a little bit more, you know? I believe in you, Leonix. Now is the year. This is the year you bring it home. You get that bounty. All right? I believe in you. You got this, Leonix. All right. And now we are going to do a raffle reading. So I am thinking of a number between 1 through 10, and the first person to guess the number in chat can get the reading. If you haven't gotten a reading yet from me today, I should say. Oh, it's a whole number. It's not a decimal. It's not a fraction. Also, hi. Don't worry, I'll let you guys know if somebody guesses it. I will let y'all know. Nobody's guessed it yet. It's not 3, it's not 5, it's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 10, it's not 1, it's not 4. Slowly, y'all are working through the numbers. You're gonna run out of options eventually. Congrats, Miss Saria. The number was 2. There you go. Congrats, congrats. What would you like for your reading, Miss Saria? You were very close the first time. I didn't want to say anything, but you were very close when you guessed 3. Yeah, so, yeah, the number was 2. Yeah, congrats, congrats. So what would you like for your reading? Can I ask what I should do with my art career? Yeah. We can definitely do that. Let's see what we got for you. Heck yeah. We'll see what we got. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Okay. Alright, we got all 3 of the cards for you. So let's go ahead and put them up on the screen, starting with... There we go. Okay, we got all of the cards for you for your art career reading. So in order of left to right, we have the Hierophant, we have the Moon, and we have the 10 of Wands. Very pretty deck. Yes, this is the Botanica Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites, absolutely. If you do !tarot, it'll actually give you a link to where you can buy the deck if you are interested in supporting the original artist who painted this deck. Like I said, it's very beautiful artwork. The whole thing is gorgeous. I love all of the symbolism on it. And they recently came out with an Oracle card set as well that matches it, which is pretty neat. But yeah, so we start with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader who takes charge, but they're also somebody that other people tend to rely on, right? Somebody who sort of recognizes what can be done to help guide a hand in things, right? Somebody who's usually like an authority figure. Oh no, Tulip, it's okay. It's okay, Tulip, don't worry. New year, new you, you'll be okay. But I think it is very much like, this is your chance to, I think, listen to others who have experience in the industry of like doing artistic things for a career. This is your chance to kind of like listen to their lived experiences and their personal advice and sort of take it to heart, because there are plenty of artists who can absolutely give you some like really good advice about all kinds of things, ranging from like warm-ups, making sure you're warming yourself up before you do like your sketches and stuff like that, or thumbnails, or lighting, or how to market yourself, or how to price your stuff, or all of this other stuff. There's a million and one things that artists have given out tips on based off of their own personal experiences in the industry, you know? So I think just kind of open yourself up to, you know, listening to other artists and what they've also encountered, so you don't have to go through the same difficulties they did. You can save yourself the hassle, and you can find your own new difficulties to endure instead. But I think one of the other things I think maybe might be worrying on you is this moon card, right? Because the moon is the card of creativity. And I will say, one of the hardest things about doing art as a job is finding your spark of creativity when you are being paid for something, especially if it's something that you're not super interested in. It's very rare that this happens for me, luckily, but there are certainly jobs that I take because I also am an artist for, like, I do a lot of freelance commissions as well. There's certainly some stuff that I've taken where it's like, it's for the money. I am not interested in this, but they paid me money for it, so I got to draw it for them, right? But you don't want the quality of your work to suffer because you're just not into it. So it's like finding a balance. Usually I'll draw something that's actually interested in me, that I'm actually interested in doing on the side to like keep me motivated. I couldn't do it if it's not interested, if it's not happening. That is the difficult thing, I think, with an art career, is recognizing like what your capabilities are, right? Whenever you're kind of first starting out, and also whenever you're much bigger, is the states where you can decide if you want to say yes or no to certain stuff. I think kind of recognize what you can and can't do. For me, luckily, most of my commissions nowadays are things that I'm interested in, that I think are fun, or I can find a way to spin it into a way that it will be fun. Like, I'll look for ways to view it as a new opportunity to do something. Even if I'm drawing somebody's hands or feet for the like fucking 1,000th time because they've commissioned me to draw their feet again, right? Instead of thinking, oh god, I had to draw another fucking VTuber's feet, I think, oh, okay, well, this is me trying to match somebody else's, VTuber model style. So why don't I focus on the fact that I had to break down the art style? Okay, well, let me just focus on how I'm breaking down the art style. Okay, well, let me focus on the pose. Well, this is also anatomy practice because, everybody knows how hard it is to draw feet, bro. Let me tell you. You would think I have a foot fetish with how much feet I draw, and yet I don't. People are always surprised. I don't really have a foot fetish. I feel like I have to put this out there because thank you for the follow, Source Jedi. I don't actually have a foot fetish. I think they're neat, I guess, but I have no sexual attachment to feet, all right? As much as this may surprise many of you with how often I am drawing feet, I'm doing it for the paycheck, baby. I'm doing it for the paycheck. I just want that to be known. I'm not that interested in them, all right? But I feel like I have to study them now. Whenever I see artwork that has feet in it, my first thought is, oh, feet. Oh, feet. Let me analyze how they're drawing the feet. Let me look at the pose, because I've drawn so many feet now at this point. It's like I'm like in work mode as soon as I see feet in a fucking anime girl illustration. Anime girl got her toes out in the big screen. I'm like, oh, hold on, let me zoom in so I can analyze the actual pose and anatomy and how they've done this. Let me take notes for my own art. It's so stupid. Everybody thinks I have a foot fetish because of it. I don't. I just... Wait. But have you drawn big hairy feet? Any big bear VTubers? I haven't, actually. Most of the people commissioning me to draw their feet are like anime girls. So I've drawn a lot of anime girl feet. I've also drawn some femboy feet, but no like big buff VTubers, have commissioned me to draw their feet. So if any big buff VTubers need a feet asset, I mean, I guess you know where to find me. Okay, but paws. I have drawn paws. I have drawn toe beans. I have done that. Yeah, I have skill and equipment with that. Yeah. Yeah, because I also draw furries, too. I am open to the furry community. I don't get that many furry commissions. I really genuinely don't, and I don't know why, because I post that very openly that I do accept furry commissions. But yeah, I do also draw furries. I do have the capability to draw anthro furry characters. So furries, hit me up. I love you. I got you, baby. It's only positives, expanding the breadth of your feet. But back to what I was trying to say. I got off topic talking about feet. The whole thing is like, find a way to sort of inject your creativity and inject a sense of like excitement for something, even if it's something that's like a mundane piece of art, you know, like a commission for something that you're not that interested in. Find something about it to be excited for. Find something that you can do that'll be fun for you to focus on. And I think that makes it a little bit more bearable and helps prevent burnout, which is going to be the key thing you're fighting against. The absolute key thing you're going to be fighting against in an art career is doing everything you can to avoid burnout, for sure. Because burnout is the enemy. If you're burnt out, you can't draw. If you can't draw, you can't make money. And that's your job, bro. Like, burnout comes with monetary consequences. So you got to find ways to take care of yourself so you don't suffer burnout, you know? And then that sort of brings us to your final card, which is the 10 of Wands, right? The 10 of Wands is, this is a heavy burden. This is a trial of the heart. This is the time where you're kicking up the dust, the shit hits the fan. This is where you have to just move forward and see whether you sink or swim. The only way to know if you can handle an art career is to throw yourself into an art career and see how it goes. Honestly, it's very much a you learn as you go kind of thing. You learn a lot of stuff just through the pure experience of doing art for a living. There's a lot of stuff that's out there from other artists who can tell you, oh yeah, avoid doing this. Oh yeah, make sure you do this. Get at least half your payment up front, okay? Okay? Get at least half the payment up front. Preferably get paid in full, but a lot of commissioners do like it's very standard practice to do half payment up front. At the very minimum, because unless you have like a very solid reputation of like trust, right? If they trust you, then they're fine with paying full price at the very start, but trust takes time to build. But demand at least half payment up front, no matter who the fuck it is. Even if you think it's your BFF, if that motherfucker will ghost you, okay? You think they're your best friend. You think they're your best friend, but then whenever it comes to paying up, suddenly they, oh, I'm so sorry. I just, whoopsie. It's like, no fucking whoopsies, bitch. Cough it up. I've been doing it since 2014, full up front. The economy has tailed me sideways though. Yeah, unfortunately, I have had a couple of clients ghost me. I had somebody who was actually a member of my community, and at the time, they're no longer, because they fully ghosted me on everything and like left every single server that I shared with them and unfriended me during all of this. But they commissioned me. They're like, yeah, I want to buy a VTuber model from you. I'm like, okay, cool. So at the time it was like $300. So I was like, okay. So it'll be half up front, you know, and then the other half, you know, afterwards, right? And so they pay $100. And I don't know if you guys know this, but $100 is not half of 300. It is 1/3 of 300. But I'm like, well, they've been a member of the community for so long, you know, it's fine. I'll just go ahead and I'll make the model, right? So I do all the art for the model. I finish the model. They've only paid me $100, but I finished the model and I show them the model. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, it looks great. I'm like, awesome. Okay, so you still owe $200. And as soon as you pay, then I'll send you the model file, you know? Because I'm just sending them static images, so it's not really worth anything for it since it's not finished yet. And as soon as I asked about the last bit of payment, no response. I'm like, huh, that's weird. So I messaged them again. And then I'm blocked on Discord. I can't message them anymore. And they've left my Discord server. And I'm like, huh. But you know what's crazy is I'm in another Discord server with them. And I see them in that other fucking server. And so I'm like, hey, bitch, where the fuck's my money? You're not getting your model until, you're not getting your PSD file until I get my full payment, bro. Anyway, so that's my forbidden model child, the one I won't say their name. I won't say their name, but that did leave a very sour taste in my mouth. It's like, I trusted you, man. But some people. I don't know what they thought was gonna happen. I don't know if they thought that I was gonna like just give them the PSD file even though they hadn't fully paid. It's like, what were you gonna do? What were you thinking was gonna happen? I don't know. 300 is insanely low. I mean, I've bumped up my prices a little bit. I now charge 375 for model art, which is definitely like on the lower end of the scale. It's more affordable, but I think it's because I can do it pretty fast. Some people take like months to work on a model, but I can make a model in like 2 to 4 weeks. So it's not that much of a stress for me. But yeah, so I charge $375 now for a model. Though it is discounted until the 5th. If you guys are looking to get a model for me, you can pay the low price right now of $300 to get a model from me, because it is discounted for the new year. All the way up until January 5th. So if you're looking for a model parent, your model's like, thank you, I drew it myself. So there you go, there you go. I consider 500 to be the bottom. I will say I'm like definitely, I've seen some people cheaper than me, but I'm definitely like in the lower end of the scale. But I've been kind of slowly increasing my prices. I still want to be affordable though. I want to be an affordable option for a lot of people. Oh my god, Naughty, hi. I haven't seen you since last year. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I haven't seen you since 2025, Naughty. Welcome in. Also, hi, Wandering. Welcome in as well. But yeah. So, I don't know if you guys ever want a VTuber model from me. Like I said, right now, this is the cheapest you're going to be able to get it for a long time. I don't normally discount my art prices very often. But this was a special sale. I thought it would be fun to discount all of my original artwork for 20%, my original art commissions. My asset commissions are not discounted, but everything else is. So if you want illustrations, or if you want profile pictures or banners or things like that, or model art, all of that's discounted right now up until the 5th as a fun little New Year's treat. And in case anybody wants some new art for the new year. There you go. But yeah, like I said, it's a special little discount. Limited time only. But there you go. So yeah, I think the thing here is it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, but manage your burnout. Manage finding the inspiration and even the mundane. And listen to the advice of the others around you who have also experienced a lot of stuff. Yeah, because I've been doing art commissions since 2012. It was probably like when I first started doing art comps. Of course, back then I was doing it for like snacks and art supplies, but that was taking proper payment commissions. Like people were paying me real money back in like 2014. So I've been doing it for a while. Yeah. Teehee. But there we go. All right, that is officially all of the readings for today. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Mostly because I haven't decided what game to play tomorrow. But also, like, low-key, my period's coming up, and I am, like, knocked out of commission the first day of my period. So, I'm just gonna take tomorrow to rest, to take it easy. But we will definitely be back on Monday, whether it's with art or with writing. One of my New Year's resolutions is I want to make a visual novel, which means I'm gonna have to do a lot of writing. Also, thank you for the follow, Misaria. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. It's up in the air. We'll see. But I'm not going to push myself to stream tomorrow if I don't feel good. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. But if not, it is what it is. I'll definitely see you next week for sure, though. Like, oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Yeah, but let's see. Who are we going to raid? Let's see. No, maybe we will raid. We'll raid Maisie. Maisie's doing some fun retro stuff. She's got really great energy. So, I think that's what we'll do. We're gonna raid Maisie. Alright, so, yeah, take care of yourselves. I will be chilling in the Discord, you know, yip yapping, all that good stuff. But I am gonna make myself some chicken salad. Oh, it's gonna be yummy. But yeah. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. More than likely, I'll see you guys on Monday. But yeah, good night. I love you.